Listen, listen. Hey everybody, welcome back to Maximum Voice. And today we have a very special episode because I am going to check through the song Listen by Beyoncé for you. We're gonna do it as usual. If you've been on my channel, you have seen some of my song analysis as we just check out a part of the song, talk about it, check out the next part, and so on. So let's start directly and go into the first verse of Listen.
Listen to the song here in my heart, a melody I start.
So, listening to the first part of the song, what I can already say is we have a very soft start. She's starting from a very soothing position and trying to approach someone really like, listen. There's no aggression, nothing but a beautiful flow. What we also can say about the song already, we have a nice forward placement, some kind of a mixed voice that is perfectly usual for an American artist, and it sounds very, very beautiful because Beyoncé is managing to get so many colors in there. So you also want to have like this front seat in a mixed voice going more over the nose. Of course, as usual, you have to be prepared for the first note to sing. Like you cannot go in there like, listen, because then you are not precise anymore, and this is what a song really needs, because this is a very exhausting song if you sing it wrong. But you really want to be on point. Listen. So you cannot go in there mindless. You can use the intro to really get into the feeling of the song, to get into the like sound material, what notes are in there, how is it feeling, and then you want to go very well prepped into the first note. You want to go in there with a good pelvis floor support because you're doing long notes, long passages, long lines. So you really need your power coming from your pelvis floor so you can just go over it. Listen to the song here in my heart, a melody I start but can't complete. So you already hear like there's long phrases in there. You want to have that control and you want to keep it like really, really light. You don't want to give too much pressure. You don't want to go in there like, listen to the song here in my heart. That's like kind of creepy, I guess. And also you want to have like a lot of energy supply for the rest of the song because this song is going up and up and up and up and up in intensity. So you really need to manage your energy here. Start fairly relaxed, just little pressure, and just be like as resourceful with your energy as possible so you can still handle the rest of the song. We're going to the next part, which is pre-chorus and chorus.
Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside and turned into your own. Oh, 'cause you won't listen. I am alone and alone.
So listening into the pre-chorus and chorus, I do those together because they are overtied actually by a very important note that we're gonna check out soon. In this part, we're coming from a very relaxed but impactful, meaningful verse and going up with the intensity a little bit. It's like if you're talking to someone and like you get more passionate, it's more important for you to really land the tone that is needed to get the other person to understand. And so she is raising it a little bit in intensity. Don't make the mistake of putting in all your energy. Still think about it. You want to manage your energy because there's still a lot to come. So when she's starting now, oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside and turned, and so on. She really starts to push up the energy a little bit. She articulates that probably very well. So there's a difference you can do. And I was a little low now. I'm gonna put it up a little bit. And I do it with not that good articulation. Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside and words. So it already like there's like a lack of energy. I would have to put a lot of energy in there now. So what I am doing, I'm articulating a little bit better. And it turns out to be something like this. Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside and burned into your own, all 'cause you won't, and so on. So you can already hear the difference. I used the same amount of power. There was no difference except of me being more articulated about the lyrics. And it turned out to be much more powerful, cleaner, more understandable, and it saves you a lot of energy, as I said before, to push that out correctly. So what it also does, it's building up a little bit of power, so you don't have to jump like on a gap on like that into the chorus where you really want to go open and flowing, and in this part the most powerful. It's getting more powerful later, but by now that's the most powerful part. When she's singing Listen, she's turning over into the chorus. And she's keeping up the power over the pre-chorus into the Listen. And then she's having a breakdown where she can just like rearrange the body, get new energy, and continue. I'm going to show you what I mean now. Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside and turned into your own, all 'cause you won't listen. Listen. I am alone at the crossroad. I'm not at home in my own home. Here's a break again. And I try to stay what's on my mind. There's also 2 breaks where you can get some release into the pressure that you're building up. You should have known. And so on with the chorus. So it's really, really important for you again here. Build up strength, build up pressure, give yourself release. Pressure, release, pressure, release. If you keep on doing it in a pressure line like that, you're going to be very exhausting, and it is going to fire back on your vocal cords, and then you're going to have a problem. This chorus, the first one, already has some power, like it's sounding amazing already, by the way, but it does not have all the power we have in the end. You can hear the first embellishments, you can hear the first sounds and emotional sounds. So she's having like stuff, a lot of stuff in this song particularly. I would like to request you to start clean and get those sounds with your own emotions, make it your own sounds. So, therefore, from this chorus, we skip down into the second verse. Let's go listen into that and see if there's something I would like to point out to you. Okay, so the next verse is a little bit shorter. It's not a double verse as it was before, but there's a lot of impact into the lyrics. What I've done by now was mostly technical, but I would like to remember that if we're good with the technical, we want to check into the lyrics, into the meaning, into how we interpret it. So we can choose certain dynamics, for example. She's saying, someone I thought had died. And she's going very, not relaxed, but she's going down with her energy. Someone I thought had died. And then she's going up, so long ago. So there's also a big jump in sound and dynamics, but this is something I would like you to put in after you understood how to technically sing the song. So we're coming from this chorus that had quite some power. You should have listened. There is someone here inside. So you're back into a very, very low energy, flowing, not much to control state. Someone I thought had died so long ago. Oh. So she's going up with the voice in the pre-chorus, building up some strength again. Always remember you need a good support, not only your pelvis floor. There's a lot of parts where she's jumping in sound or in pitch, where you want to have your solar plexus engaged to put you there. So she's going, oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. So she's really building up again to this chorus. They will not be pushed aside or worse into your own, or cause you won't listen. Listen, I am alone at the crossroad. And she's going more and more emotional here. So also there, you need to have a free larynx. Please, please, please don't push into it. Let it flow. Because otherwise it's not going to be able for you to do the later part in the chorus where you put a little bit of restraint on your throat to have certain sounds or certain feelings, or when the intensity of the emotions is going up, you're also a little bit restraining usually. So that is coming in here. And it's leading over to this bridge part where you can imagine this, like you start talking to someone, you're still like soft, you want to engage with the person, you go a little bit more intense because maybe you feel like the person don't get it or don't want to get it, but it's really important to you. And then you start to get like a little bit angry about it or any other kind of more intense emotion. And you really start to demand here that the person has to listen, because you have a very important message. So let's check into this bridge and see what is happening there. The bridge is turning over as the bridge is like supposed to. A bridge is always there to put something in the song that you haven't looked at like this, or it's important but didn't fit before, but it's like it's a turning point. The bridge is always turning around the tables. So she came from like, listen, like there's someone here and you have to listen, and the person's not listening. And so she is saying, I don't know where I belong, but I'll be moving on if you don't listen. And she's putting all of her rightful rage into there. I don't know where I belong, but I'll be moving on if you don't, if you won't listen. And goes back into the chorus. So you see, this is our high point. This like where you just, like I told you, manage your energy, manage your energy, manage your energy. That's why. Because this is the highlight point of this song, and it needs all the intensity you can bring up. Emotional, physical, psychological, if you like. You want to have this resource after all this prelude of talking, getting more and more intense, to really put out this message, like this far and not further. If you don't listen, I'm moving, I'm out of here. And it's not a threat, it's a fact, basically. And especially as women, we know like sometimes we really have to put that on the line just to be taken seriously. So this is the point where you really can go all intense, all physical. You can use your full body to sing it. Still, know your limits. Don't hurt yourself with doing that. Then there's the last chorus coming, where you can have to still keep up the power, but you can go a little bit lower again until the song is fading out. So that was intense, mostly technical. I haven't even begun to go into the song from emotion-wise, like what's actually happening in it, in the lyrics, because it would took out the frame of this all. It would be just too be large, and this would be a very long video. So take this technical details from me and fill this song with your personal story. Give it your emotion. Let it flow through you. And I promise you feel better after singing. And I'm hoping that you can get out much more from the song by just simply sing it. And I am very happy that you stick with me till here. I know it was a longer session, but it was a longer song too. If you like what I'm doing, leave a like. Give me a comment if you have to say anything about what I'm talking about here. Subscribe to my channel. I would be super, super happy to have you with me. And I'll see you next time.